focusing on agriculture and the closure of the land borders. We have in the studio, we have Odufowokan joining us now to talk about this, and we also have
we have Honorable
Thomas-Fadeyi joining us, and we also have from our Abuja studio Kabiru Shittu joining us. Gentlemen, before we head to this discussion, I'd like to quickly read what the president wrote. He said, "As we have sat down to celebrate with friends and family over this holiday season, for the first time in a generation, our food plates have not all been filled with imports of products we know can easily be produced here at home. The revolution in agriculture is already a reality in all corners of the country. We have new agreements with Morocco, Russia, and others will help us access and on attractive terms the inputs we need to accelerate the transformation in farming that is taking place." I wonder if you have witnessed the revolution in agriculture, Dari.
Yes. I'm not a farmer, but I'm a journalist. And from reports and from what we can see, there is a revolution in the agricultural sector. But the word everywhere, maybe I may not be able to ascertain that. But indeed, we should give it to this administration. Maybe this administration didn't teach us to grow or to farm in rice, but this administration definitely encouraged Nigerians to farm in rice. And we can see, I ate rice last night. I mean,
and it's local rice.
It is local rice, definitely. And do you know the irony of those things? This local rice, if it is not the same, are so close to the ofada we've been eating all the while at such exorbitant rate. Some of these rice we eat now were actually being sold to us as ofada, packaged and sold expensively. Now we know that we have various varieties of rice. Ofada rice, Abakaliki rice, Ebonyi rice, Lake rice, that are similar.
Olam rice.
Olam rice, that's similar in outlook and in taste. And they are grown here. So for me, while it may not be too apt to say every corner of the country now we are experiencing something, I agree perfectly that there is an agricultural revolution ongoing. And the government itself appear to be taking this very serious. Okay. If you look at some of the things they've been doing, like the Anchor Borrower Scheme, the Bank of Industry, agricultural support schemes, and encouraging even commercial banks to set aside certain portion of their loan schemes to take care and assist farmers.
Yeah, that directive is there, but if you speak to a lot of farmers, they say they're not able to access that loan. Yeah. And that's the challenge. But before I come to you, Ayodele, let me go to Kabiru Shittu, who is in Abuja, because he is a farmer, so he can talk to us from that constituency. Now, Kabiru, talk to us from the eyes of the farmer who wears the boots, and then you are in the farm, sometimes in the bushes, coordinating things and all of that. It's good to see you sit down, very presidential. But the point there is, from the window of the farmer, a Nigerian looking forward to accessing the much talked about Anchor Borrower Scheme on one hand and all kinds of agricultural loans, how much of that is available and how much of that is Nigerians smiling to the banks with?
Thank you for this question. First of all, we must commend Central Bank of Nigeria for bringing up these initiatives. These initiatives has helped some farmers, like the rice farmers, like the Anchor Borrower is working. As president of Cowpea and Beans, which I am, they are also promoting beans, which I know they have done their best. But the area which goes to real farmers is when you are talking of taking these loans, especially CAC, Commercial Agricultural Loan. I had my bitter experience just yesterday with Unity Bank of Nigeria.
Yeah, let's leave the name. Let's leave the brands or the names of the banks just for the sake of the discussion. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
I just want to share the experience so that why the bank, Central Bank of Nigeria, are putting every possibility for farmers to access this loan. The only impediment in these loans is to say you must bring a property, and when they want you to give them property, they ask you property from Lagos, property from Abuja, property maybe from Kaduna or Ibadan. And I asked them in a meeting with the executives of a bank and say, if you are asking us to bring houses from Lagos, from Abuja, some of us may be able to give you, but the real farmers where will he get house to give you as collateral? Why can't you look at the farm as their collateral? Now we have what you call the technological inventions has helped in a way that you can map somebody's farm and monitor that farm until harvest and take the harvest and be able to take back your money. It has been very easy that way with technology. Therefore, what I want to tell Nigerians is that the only impediment we have in accessing this loan is issue of collateral. If this issue of collateral can be addressed, I bet you in 2020 to 2022 we'll be self-sufficient in food. I'm a cotton grower, and this year I grow 100 hectares, and I'm going to grow another 400 hectares. But we must, as people, join hands to make sure that it works. The government is serious about it. The CBN governor is not sleeping over it. But Nigeria must also be able to change our attitude and then mechanize these farms. We should not do the whole and cutlass. It's not more. We are from the president budget. He has told Nigerians, hello?
All right, Kabiru Shittu, we need you to hold on, hold your thought for a bit. We need to move now to Honorable Thomas-Fadeyi. We need to get his thought. He has mentioned the challenges that farmers witness in trying to get loans and all of this. But if the intention, it's obvious that the intention of the government might be good, might be what it is, but all of these hitches have to be, removed such that we really ensure that the revolution that the government intends to see is entrenched across the board. How can states now take advantage, perhaps, because they have a role, they own these lands, and how do they take advantage of government's intention and make resources accessible to farmers?
Thank you very much. From my own personal experience, that was in the 80s. Cooperative farmers at Ikorodu here in those days, the bank we come to their meetings, and most of them, they don't have houses, but I'm referring to the old farm settlement. So the bank will come to their meetings and give them forms. Then the chairman of the cooperative, farmers cooperative association there will distribute the forms, and they use the land as the collateral. Their land there. I still have people there. But you see, this sort of something, government is trying, it's a revolution, but a lot of administration has come in the past to come and they will float this revolution, all this green revolution, Operation Feed the Nation and everything. But at the end of the day, the farmers are not benefiting.
What do you think is wrong with that?
You see, dishonesty. If you want to hear the truth, dishonesty. Even most
on
of
this part? On
the part of those who organize something.
So if we liken that to the current situation right now, the Central Bank of Nigeria is the one championing the anchor borrower system. The Bank of Industry is also helping and assisting and all of that. Are you saying that the Central Bank of Nigeria is not sincere?
No. You see, Central Bank of Nigeria is sincere. Right. Bank of Industry is sincere. Right. But the head of the banks, central banks, and the Bank of Industry, they were not the one who will go to the field and distribute the farms.
So between the bank and the farmer,
yes,
that chain there, something is wrong.
It's wrong. It's wrong. How can you say the land in which those people are using as a farm is not viable as a collateral? No. Most of these people, they don't have houses which has documents.
Okay. All right. Now, Dari, one other thing Nigerians are talking about basically is the issue of the closure of the land borders. Right? Land borders, which has been a topical issue since the last several months, since last year. Now, this closure, a lot of economists, the central bank governor, so many people have said it is a good thing for the economy on the overall. Others, we've spoken to other business experts who say that is not a 21st century strategy in stimulating the economy. Whether give it or take it anyhow, the land borders are closed right now. How do farmers and all the agricultural people take advantage of the closure of the land borders? We don't know when it's going to open anyway.
Quickly, let me say something on the borrowing. The problem, like Honorable said here, is actually in the chain. Okay. Especially when the loan is to be taken from a commercial bank or a non-government bank. And as he rightly said, the issue of collateral has become such a problem that until it is addressed, the commercial banks will continue to pretend to be helping farmers. This government, it's now a directive, a government directive, push more in the direction of agriculture and allied industries. But they are still finding a way of beating this directive. And one of such areas is this issue of collateral. And the amendments that CBN is seeking, Central Bank is seeking in this area, according to the governor, has to do with what you ask for as collateral. If I have a farm, and I'm going to use the money borrowed from you to work on the farm, you don't need any other collateral than my farm. If you want to borrow, if you run a school, and you are going to invest in that school, the basic collateral is your school structures. So it's the same, and that's what happens in banks. But when it comes to farmers, just take a look at the farm, look at what it can secure, give them the loan. So, but the CBN governor, I am sure, I have read his lips, is very sincere and very committed to ensuring that this chain is broken. And I'm sure he's going to do something about that. So, talking about the border closure, somebody, according to you, said it's not a 21st century. I agree with that person. But one other thing that person should know is that I don't think economically Nigeria is in the 21st century. We are not. we are not yet in the 21st century economically, even politically. And so we should not pretend that we need a 21st century approach. We need the approach that suits where we are. And I think...
So where do you think we are? 18th century or the 12th century?
I may not know the century, but I know that this border closure suits where we are. I read in history that at a point in time, Japan had to close all its borders.
Yes.
I read in history that at a point in time, China, under Chairman Mao, closed all its borders. Singapore did its own not up to 2 decades ago. Malaysia followed suit.
But those were in the 18th and 19th century.
Maybe that is where we are. Now you are helping me out with the mathematics. Maybe that is where we are. And it will do us no good to be pretending that we are in the 21st century. When we have a problem that is in the 18th century.
Yeah,
but
Dari, if I stand with you on this and
Yes.
agree with you that okay, maybe Nigeria is not in the 21st century.
Yes.
You talked about Chairman Mao and all of that.
Yes.
All of those persons, they apart from the time
Yes.
in history that they occupied,
Yes.
their strategy and the form of government they ran also contributed to that issue. In right now where Nigeria is.
Yes.
In the global setting we're
Yes.
right now,
Yes.
even if we are, maybe Nigeria alone is in the 12th or
we are
17th
not
century.
alone. Many countries are with us.
But
it is just that we are choosing not to be pretentious. That is one good thing I see about this administration. And I keep saying it. I say a lot of things I'm dissatisfied with. But this issue of being realistic, this administration is very, very realistic. We are not cosmetic about solving problems. Now we have closed our borders. We are seeing results in the agricultural sector. It is not just about what we have saved. It is the reawakening we are doing to our own people. We may not see the advantages of this now. My worry is the Nigerianness in us.
Okay.
Are we going to continue this? Yeah. Will we see this through? Are we not going to dump it soon? If we see it through, I am assuring you that it will be the greatest takeaway from this administration. We closed our borders. Suddenly we realize that we can eat local rice. You go to parties in Lagos now, they cook local rice and nobody is complaining. In those days, when they cook...
Remember, before the closure of the border, we were projecting cassava in the last administration.
What came out of it?
We were eating
Because we had, no, but we had foreign bread to eat. We didn't do it. Do you know that this is not the first time we started talking about growing local rice? But nothing came out of it because we had foreign rice in abundance.
All right.
Necessity became the mother of invention. And it is good for us.
Okay, we have to round it off here right now. Thank you very much, Dario Odufowokan, for coming on the program. And the Honorable Ayodele Fadeyi, thank you so much for coming.
You're welcome.
Thank you.